This April, we are diving into the past for Old School April, a month-long celebration of all things nostalgic. From rereading the books we couldn't put down as kids to watching those classic TV shows and movies that shaped our childhoods to doing the activities that remind us of simpler times. Today, I'm sharing details about Old School April, how to earn points for your team, which include my host Rex, plus what's new this year to make Old School April even more amazing. Get ready to turn back the clock. Welcome back, friends and fellow bibliophiles. And for those of you who are new to my channel, hi, I'm Kat, and I am one of the co-hosts for Old School April, which was created by my bestie Kelsey at Slime & Slashers and Nightmares and Nostalgia. I know that there are plenty of you out there who have participated in Old School April in the past. However, I also know that there are some of you out there that have never heard of it. Old School April is a readathon, watchathon, activity-a-thon, basically an epic nostalgia-thon with a competition element. Yes, I say competition, but don't let that scare you. In fact, hold that thought for just a moment. I consider Old School April more of a community-based event that anyone can participate in because there is something for everyone across all genres. There are so many opportunities to build community, such as sprints, Discord watch parties, Saturday morning cartoons, activity nights, and more. Plus, you can make some new friends or hang out with some old friends by joining a team. This year, there are 4 teams centered around the theme, Who You Gonna Call? And those 4 teams are Beetlejuice Bunch, Candyman Crew, Ghostbusters, and the Scoobies. Every team has 3 amazing co-hosts who are helping Kelsey with this epic event. I happen to be on Team Scoobies, and I am joined by Cameron Chaney at Library Macabre and Venus at Venus Escapes to Read. On the Candyman crew, you have Kelsey at Slime & Slashers, Coral at Pretty and Paper Cuts, and April on Instagram at Apple and Alchemy. The Beetlejuice Bunch has Elizabeth at Elizabeth Sagewood, Katrina at Katrina Brown, and Christine at C. Crits Read. And the Ghostbusters are Amy at Amy Noel Reads, Andrew at It Came From the Page, and Kelly at Kelly Hooked on Books. I want to mention that Alex at the BookTuber has stepped down this year as a co-host. However, she will be participating throughout the month of April, and because she is one of the OGs of Old School April, she is an honorary co-host. Please subscribe to everyone that I have mentioned. I have linked all of their channels in the description box below. Now that you know what the teams are, you just have to pick which team you want to be on. And it's simple. You just fill out the Google form that is on the Old School April Discord, or you can register using the link in the description box below. Once you're signed up, it's time to buy some merch. We have some fantastic merchandise, t-shirts, mugs, stickers. I happen to be wearing the one that reps Old School April. However, once you know who your team is, you can get yourself a team t-shirt. I got the one that has the small team logo on the side, but they do have some that have a bigger logo on the front. And both of them on the back has the logo for Old School April. And they come in a variety of colors as well as tie-dye. And if you are on the fence about which team to join, I highly recommend joining the Scoobies, the best team. Just saying. Now that I've sucked you in, let me tell you how to earn points for your team and what you get if your team wins. Old School April has plenty of prompts to inspire your reading, watching, and activities throughout the month of April. Therefore, it pairs nicely with other events or challenges happening in April. Every time you read watch a TV show or a movie, eat, drink, or create something, you are potentially earning points for your team.
How is that possible?
Because Old School April is flexible and has lots of prompts for any genre. Plus, you may earn multiple points if whatever you're reading or watching counts for multiple prompts. And you can repeat the prompts over and over again as many times as you like. Let's take a look at my host recs and see how many points you could possibly earn by reading or watching what I put on the list. Let's start with the book recommendations first. You could earn at least 5 points by reading Where Are the Children by Mary Higgins Clark. You'll get a point for Pimp My Ride because it's a host rec. You'll get a point for I Love Lucy because it's written by a woman. You'll get a point for VHS because it has old technology in the story. You get a point for Scooby-Doo because you're reading a mystery. And you get a point for Retro Vintage because it was published in 1975, which is before 2006. It's possible you could earn an additional point if Mary Higgins Clark is a new-to-you author or mysteries are a new-to-you genre. An additional point can be earned if you were born in the year or the decade that this book was published. So keep track of the prompts as you're reading, and you just might end up with more than 5 points for this book. You could earn at least 5 points if you read my second book recommendation, which is The Giver by Lois Lowry. You would get a point for Pimp My Ride because it's a host rec. You could get a point for Retro Vintage because it was published in 1993, which is before 2006. You can get a point for I Love Lucy because it's written by a woman. You can get a point for The Fifth Element because it's considered sci-fi. And you can get a point for The Goonies, which is to read a middle grade or YA book. You can earn an additional point if Lois Lowry is a new-to-you author or dystopian fiction is a new-to-you genre. You can also earn an additional point if you were born in 1993 or the 90s, because that's when this book was published. It's been a while since I've read this book last, so there are potential other prompts that could earn you some points. I also co-host a book club called the Bookworm Club with my friend Alex at Frank Fiction. And if you read our March-April selection in April, you can earn 6 points. And the selection is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. You can earn a point for Larger Than Life because it's over 300 pages, a point for I Love Lucy because it's written by a woman with a female protagonist. You get a point for Teen Witch because it has magical elements, a point for Pimp My Ride because it's a book club host rec, a point for Fern Gully because it has nature on the cover, and a point for The Young and the Restless because it is a romance. You can earn an additional point if Sarah Beth Durst is a new-to-you author, or if romance, cottagecore, or fantasy is a new-to-you genre. I haven't read The Spell Shop yet, so it is possible that this book could fulfill some other prompts. Now let's take a look at my 2 movie recommendations. You can earn at least 6 points if you watch Valley Girl, directed by Martha Coolidge. You get a point for Clueless, directed by a woman or a woman is a main character. A point for Con Air because you're watching a Nick Cage movie. A point for Popcorn because you're watching a movie released before 2006. This was released in 1983. You get a point for VHS because you watched a host recommendation. You get a point for Napoleon Dynamite because you watched a comedy. And you get a point for Say Anything because you watched a romance. However, you can earn an additional point if you were born in 1983. You also can get an additional point if you live in a country other than the United States. For my second movie recommendation, you can earn at least 2 points if you watch Stir of Echoes, directed by David Coop. You get a point for horror, watch a movie that could give you nightmares. and a point for VHS Watch a Host recommendation. However, you can earn an additional point if you were born in 1999 and an additional point if you live outside of the United States. Keep in mind, once you have read or watched my host recs, or any recs for that matter, you will have a better idea of which book or movie prompts they will fit. So my host recs might earn you more points than I'm suggesting, depending on how the book or the movie applies to you. Before I move to the activity part of Old School April, I want to mention that there is a TV watching component structured a little bit differently than the movie component. Points are outlined on the graphic and are calculated differently. We don't have a host recommendation list for TV shows. However, here are a few of my favorites: Laverne and Shirley, The Waltons, Murder, She Wrote, Bewitched, The X-Files, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Forever Knight, Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Gilligan's Island. There are a plethora of amazing activities that you can participate in that can earn plenty of points for your team. I mentioned earlier in the video that there are some community-based activities like sprints and Discord watch parties, but there are also, as you can see from the printable, many individual activities that you can get up to. I'm not going to go through all of them. That's what the printable's for. However, I must mention Sick Sad April, a photo challenge hosted on Instagram by April at Apple and Alchemy. This is a fantastic component of Old School April. It's building us community on Instagram, and it shows our old school spirit. I promised to tell you what your team would get if your team won. Well, if your team has the highest average of points, your team gets to vote in a poll to decide the theme for Old School April 2026. Pretty cool, huh? However, I want to let you know, my team last year was the Silver Snakes, and we won. Yeah, we won. Yeah. So you might want to consider joining the Scoobies. Now it's time for me to share the 3 new exciting elements that have been added to Old School April this year. Number 1, there is an Old School April zine, and it will be available for sale in digital as well as physical form. Number 2, we have curveballs. These are surprise weekly mini challenges that are going to be announced by curveballers. Let me introduce you to our curveballers. They are Crystal at Fiber Artsy, Lauren at Happy Haunts Library, Erin at Erin Megan, Kitty at Spicy Cats Reads, and Christine on Instagram at Christine Cozy Corner. And last, but certainly not least, we have trophies. These trophies are for anyone who wants to go ham during Old School April. You can earn the Large Marge and the Beast Mode trophy multiple times. Well, friends, I hope I have convinced you to join Old School April. It is so much fun, and I can't wait to participate again this year. I encourage you to check out both of Kelsey's announcement videos. She has one on her channel, Slime and Slashers, and another one on her new movie channel, Nightmares and Nostalgia. Also, please check out all of the co-hosts' Old School April videos, and I recommend that you subscribe to all of their channels so you can see what they're up to for the rest of the year. They are amazing booktubers. Also, please join the Old School April Discord. You will find lots of information, plenty of printables, as well as a welcoming community. I have put links to everything I have mentioned in the description box below. If you have joined Old School April already, please let me know in the comments below, because I want to know what team you have chosen. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by. And until our paths cross again, stay amazing and be adventurous. And go Team Scoobies!